Yes.
She hasn't responded. Our fans haven't responded, but we do have, but our main fan has.
So I was talking about, Jim Everett was quarterback, and I guess Jim Rome was not a fan of Jim Everett, and so he always called him Chrissy Everett. Do you know who Chrissy Everett is?
Chrissy? No.
She's one of the greatest women's tennis players of all time.
Oh, really?
Her and Martina Navratilova had quite a battle during the
Chrissy?
80s. Well, she went by Chrissy, and so they had the same last name, so he called him Chris Everett. And he's like, you say that one more time, and we'll jump across this table and whoop you. And he did. And I remember him storming off the set.
Yeah.
So that's my most famous.
If you storm off the set, though, you have to know your escape plan. Because I did, when I was much younger, I stormed off a set of something. It was a band rehearsal, because I'm a musician. I don't know if the world knew that. But I stormed out in anger, but I was blocked in the parking lot. So then I had to walk back in.
And say, hey, could you move your car?
I know that I was just dramatic, but could you move your car? Because I'm blocked in. So you have to make sure that your exit is planned and you have a clear path.
Very
much. All about timing, too.
My 2 cents. So, Josh, next time you ever storm out of something, make sure you can get out.
Have a
You gotta make sure you have everything too, because I feel like if you try and storm off the stage and you
forgot
get
my
out
keys.
to your car like keys, I gotta go back inside, grab the keys, like, hey, can I get my keys real quick?
Yeah.
All right, I'm angry again. Then you just get out again.
Shunned. Yeah, it's exactly that whole thing.
All right. Welcome, Ram fans. Kevin Brooks, along with the Minister of Culture and first pitch extraordinaire thrower.
I wish we had the footage, because Foster sent me the footage, and actually I learned that Austin Weaver gave me the good, what is it, the hand signal,
how hard you were throwing,
just like that, which I know was probably not 90. That. Yeah, 90. He did that. So if you watch the footage, I threw 90. So I know I really didn't, but I'm going to tell future generations that I threw 90.
Yes, I throw a lot of
strike.
Although you have to know that our fans out in the stands were like, they're ruthless, but I love them. Like, I love how ruthless they are. And I mean that in a good way. But they said to me, Manny, we've all decided you're a better singer than you are a pitcher. And I said, well, thank you. Appreciate that. But then they say, but not by much.
So, yes, that was good. Well, that was exciting. And we're going to recap all the many things from the opening home conference weekend. But then also joined by Josh Elvire, the new home run king. I should have brought a crown.
Is Keith going to call in?
Crown. That'd be cool.
What's that?
Is Keith, the landlord, going to
call in? Is he calling in on
via satellite?
The help line?
Yes, I say he is.
Can we zoom him in? Do we have that technology?
I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so Josh broke the Angelo State school record for home runs in a career on Monday, I believe, against Wayland Baptist. And anyway, and then we had Trent Baker, broke the all-time wins record on Friday versus St. Mary's. So records just falling by the dozens, even though that's only 2.
And then
but
don't
we could say
forget
about
too.
dozens.
And then don't forget too. I didn't realize until after we swept the series, but you also got your 600th win.
Yes. Angelo State baseball got its 600th win.
Yes,
that's good. But thank you.
And I will say, Kevin,
I wish I hadn't.
Cool,
I don't play.
that.
Yeah.
You, but your leadership, though, I think, and a great slate of players, of course, but it's through your leadership and your coach's leadership. But we appreciate you, man, and man, I don't know a better coach, and I love being a part of it. It's such a family thing. You know, everybody says that. Well, you know, everything. It really is, because I mean, we chirp each other, we make fun of each other, and we keep each other humble. But, you know, Kevin hates bragging about himself, so that's why we have to do it, Rams fans. So we're going to do it all the time, and he'll probably hate us and mute us and cancel us, but we're going to keep doing it. So anyway, yeah.
All right, on to the next thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
See what he did there?
Anyway, but it was a great, you know, really, to me, we did what baseball's about. We played like 7 games in 8 days.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Which again, you've been off in the summer, quite a few summers, and that's the great thing I think about the summer is baseball, sort of like how baseball's made to work. You know, you play pretty much every day, and I think occasional day off.
Yeah, I think last summer I had like a couple days off, and then I had 1 week, and I think it was just like for the whole league. I think everyone got a week off.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was every day.
Yeah, and again, I mean, you know, that's that's the way the sport's designed. That's why you have to play more games because there is just such a small difference. You know, especially the higher levels you get between a good team and a bad team is just a little bit and find things, and so you got to have a large sampling to figure out. It's not like football, where football, you know, the better team is probably going to win.
Yeah.
8, 9 out of 10, something like that. Baseball, the better team's going to win maybe 6, you know, out of 10. And so you got to have that large sampling. And so, again, it was good. And maybe someday the NCAA will give us our games back. But until then, we'll go practice all the time and get to play occasionally.
Take what we get.
Yeah. So, anyway, every time we do get to play, it's obviously a big thing. So, you know, got the conference home opener against St. Mary's. St. Mary's was rolling coming in. I believe they'd won 5 or 6 in a row. I think they were 7-2. And so, anyway, pretty good challenge. And, you know, we did a good job in games 1 and 2. We want to go back to game 3 just a little bit because game 3 was crazy.
Very crazy.
And ended up with a good outcome for the Rams. But, anyway, we jumped out sort of up early and then faltered a little bit. You know, we shot ourselves in the foot a couple of times with some walks and some untimely plays, but you know, did a good job coming back. But we enter the bottom of the 8th, and so get Josh to take us through his at bat here. You know, we're down 10-7. We end up getting the bases loaded and nobody out. And then we hit into a double play, which is, oh, man, all the air goes out of the tire there, and you're like, oh, no. So we have a runner on third, 2 outs, down by 2, and you come up to the plate. Take us through that at bat.
Well, as I'm walking up to the plate, I see the situation in front of me. You know, it's 10-8. I'm the tying run, and at that moment, I was honestly just focused on getting on base because – the game plan right now is that I feel like I have to take what the pitchers give me as far as, you know, don't swing at the balls, which I'm probably going to get a lot of them trying to get me to chase changeups or curveballs in the dirt or something like that. And if I get on base, that's almost like hitting a home run for me because then I have Segs, Walters, and the list goes on, Bramlett, Jordan, you know, everybody. It goes on. So at that moment, I was just trying to get on. And then, of course, you know, I realized about 3 pitches in that they were just going fastballs inside the whole time. And then I got to 3-1, and so I was expecting the curveball, but I was sitting fastball, and I was ready for that inside fastball, and got one on the inner half and just tried to put a good swing on it and launched at the right angle. It's one of the coolest moments of my life for sure, baseball-wise.
It's great to watch.
It's really
too.
cool.
Yeah, it was awesome, and that tied the game at 10, and then we were able to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Went out and put up a 0, and then
that was awesome.
with 2 outs in the 9th, get a drag bunt single to win.
That was awesome.
You know, the long ball and the short ball, good combination there. So now I've seen you hit quite a few home runs, and I've seen you hit some in practice too that you know our fans don't get to see. I thought that was the furthest one you've hit.
It was definitely.
Do you agree or disagree?
I'd say it was definitely top 3. It was definitely top 3 up there. I think personally for me, like I told you this the other day, I think my farthest one was last year when we were in Lubbock. I think it was the second game we played. It was like my second at bat, I think. It was off of their big lefty that they had, and I just remember he hung a curveball, and I pulled it, and I got it up in the sky. I got all barrel on it. I didn't feel it. And I just remember watching. And the wind was blowing out straight to right, like hard, like probably 30 miles an hour straight to right. And I remember looking at that ball. I was like, that is 100% the farthest ball I've ever hit. Like, yeah, I think that's the farthest ball. But I think, yeah, that one on Saturday was definitely up there. It was a contender.
I just remember locking in. I stood up a little bit because I felt something I always feel like I have this like weird psychic intuition, but I felt it. I knew Rudy gave you that fist bump too, so I was sitting there and I watched
that was
it.
the other
But
thing.
it's funny because I stood up as soon as the ball started to rise, and then I just watched it. It looked like some Disney movie, and I just watched it go up, over, and out. And I said, it was just, you're locked in, speechless. So it was a pretty fun thing to watch. especially with a game that was that close, and this crowd was super kind of quiet but anxious.
Oh, I know.
So it was really fun.
That was the other thing too. If I forgot to mention that, like Rudy, he's kind of been my good luck charm ever since I've met him last year.
Great
because
fans.
one day he came to the game, and then
Why don't you tell everyone who Rudy is first?
Rudy's been a fan coming to the games for pretty much ever since I've been here for the past 3 years, and he's just this little kid that came up to me during one of the games, said he was a big fan. So, I usually try and talk to him and his family before every game and all that stuff. But what happened was, which is why I thought Saturday was so cool, is that I remember last year, I forgot who we were playing, but he came up to me on the on-deck circle, and he'd always give me knuckles, and then he would just walk away, just like for good luck or something. And I remember that game, he did it every at-bat, and I went 3 for 3. And then I was like, you might be my good luck charm. And then I remember on Saturday, and I can't make this up either, is that I think I had 2 hits before that or something, but he didn't give me knuckles at all that whole game. And then, of course, the at-bat where I hit the home run, he comes up to me and kind of surprised me because I wasn't expecting it. And he gives me knuckles, and then next thing I know, it's a home run. So I thought, I'm telling you, Rudy, you are good luck. If you're watching, you are my good luck charm. I'm just going to say that on the air.
Yeah. Well, and our fans always, it's funny, too, after a few years of helping out, too, in my perspective, and Johnny just chimed in, Rudy's dad. He said, Rudy loves you guys. See? And those people, it could be Snowmageddon all over again, and if we were playing, they would show up. Which is pretty cool. Our fans are pretty loyal, and not all of them are parents. They're just community members that love the game and maybe had kids in it before or whatever, but they absolutely love it. So I love that loyalty. So that's pretty cool. But Waylon Wilkie, one of our fans, says, although it was a great series, gentlemen, I will say this: the West Texas A&M series still stands out. He says
from last year.
Yeah. That was an amazing one, though, wasn't it?
Good one
that
too.
Was well, and we get to go to Canyon this year, and hopefully get a repeat. But
take it to them, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, but that, like I say, it was a fun weekend. And like I say, it was good to be back at home playing a conference series. It's so weird. That was who we were supposed to play last year when it all ended.
Yeah.
And so ironic that it picked right back up with them. You know? So I guess we sort of did pick up where we left off. Yep. So I'd say now we look ahead. We turn the page. We head to Lubbock, Texas for a big 3-game series. And then with the way the scheduling works, got a bye week. So last time we'll play for a while this weekend. What are your thoughts going up to Lubbock, and what do the Rams need to do and want to do when they obviously win? But what are some things you're looking for that'll be key this weekend up in Lubbock?
Well, I think just it differentiates depending on the situation. But I always loved playing Lubbock Christian because they've always been a good team. They've always fought against us. So, but like probably as a hitters, you just got to keep passing the baton, because we got a good lineup up and down. Even our bench guys, everybody can hit. So you just got to keep getting on base, keep passing the baton. And then honestly, for me, as far as the pitchers go, and our starting staff and everything, just keep doing what they're doing. And then I think we're going to be all right.
Good. Well, I know I always Lubbock. I think the weather's supposed to be okay.
Not windy.
Crazy,
probably not windy
about going to Lubbock, Texas ever. I've had, I got my first college hit at Tech in really? Lubbock. Oh. So I guess that's a fond memory. It's about the only one I ever had. So anyway, but I've had many interesting things playing games in Lubbock throughout my career. I remember we got in a brawl. It was on nice. TV. Remember that? One of my good friends, Judson Arrington.
Oh yeah.
If he's happened to be watching, collided with another friend of ours on the Red Raiders, Tony Tiarina, and in his excitement, Tony, because we'd all played together in the summer, knew each other. And it was a big third out, and he got it. In his exuberance, he spiked the ball on top of Judd, and our on-deck batter was not a fan of that.
I bet
not. So, like I say, back when things – but then you just run out and you find your buddy, and you just sort of talk. Nothing that ever happened, but I guess it made for good story 30 years later. So
Yeah.
anyway, fun.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Can
But
you?
we lost.
I mean, this is kind of. I don't know if this is apropos, but like when you hit your bomb, you did something, right, with the bat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Again, this could be not apropos. He might take me off the air, but for me, it's magical as a fan. But I don't know what the protocol, what is all that about?
You know, I always told myself too. I was like, I never want to be the guy that always does the obnoxious bat flip that is just unnecessary. But I felt like in that moment, and for me personally, the bullpen was kind of talking a little crap to me too. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't saying anything, but they were trying to get in my head. So whenever I hit that, I just felt like it was proper for that moment to flip my bat as high as I could.
Look proper to me.
No disrespect or anything. It was mainly for the team, just because I was pumped up, you know?
Yes.
And yeah, like I was getting
Coach.
getting talked at the whole
And
time.
Josh knows how I feel about that. And I'm okay when emotion is true.
Yeah.
And when emotion is team oriented and it's not about you,
Right.
it's good. And so I was fine with that because I know, one, it wasn't about Josh.
Right.
I promise you. It
Yeah.
was about us tying the ball game.
For sure. Yeah.
And two, that was a big deal, and it was a big moment. And so it's genuine.
Yeah.
What I hate is when, again, and I don't know why I feel like, but you got to respect the game of baseball. It's it'll come back and bite you in the butt
For sure.
when you don't.
Yeah.
And just, when you hit a 65 hop single through the middle and you're over at first base celebrating in a 12-2 game, that again is to me not necessary. So and the game's changing. Obviously, there's some changes in the game I like. There's some changes in the game I don't like. But I'm always true passion and true excitement generated towards your team, because that was definitely towards our team.
Yeah.
I think is great, and I think is something. I mean, it is a fun game. And so being able to go out and show your joy and excitement and passion is good. And like I say, in a moment like that, that is definitely one of those things. Like I say, if it had been 12-2 or 10-2, and that was a 2-run homer to invoke the 10-run rule, then that's probably not cool.
Yeah,
but
like,
Josh wouldn't have done it then.
Yeah, like there's no chance I would do that. If it's like bottom of the 6th, we're up 12-1.
Kind of a jerk move if you do it that way.
There's no chance I would do that.
Well,
I thought it was pretty cool too.
From the political lens where I'm from, it's like we talk about Supreme Court cases and how decisions are always subjective.
Right.
And it kind of, to me, it parallels umps calls, and like some people get pissed, and we've been on that losing end where umpires have made some calls that I think hurt us, but and on the other side, some teams will argue that the umps called the game for the other team. But I feel like over these years, I feel that sometimes they work in your favor, sometimes they don't. You just have to roll with it, and it sucks sometimes for sure.
It does,
and it's subjective. It's subjective on those umps. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I think they have a very difficult job. First of all, and you don't always. And that's one thing. I thought our umpiring crew and really all year it's been real good everywhere we've been. And
I agree.
Here's the deal, and it's tough sometimes as a player and as a coach to have that mentality, but you can't. You got to control what you can control.
Yeah,
and that is an uncontrollable. And so you take, and that was one thing I was really proud of our guys with. Maybe some calls that we didn't feel like went our way.
For sure.
But went, okay, we're going to try to get it to go our way. It didn't. Now, next thing. And so you continue to do that. And, like I say, I was really proud of the way our guys handled any of that. And, I think that's, again, another reason we're good. Yeah. And if you're good enough, you can overcome it.
Yeah.
And luckily, I think we're good enough when we get in those situations. Which, we'll get some that go for us and we'll get some that go against us across the season. It's part of the game. Yeah. And I think it's a good part of the game. And again, I think it's one of those lessons that applies to life, because life isn't always fair.
Doesn't always go our way.
And so you can't sit there and whine about it. You got to go forward and try to,
how do you pick yourself up?
Fix it. So, like I say, there's so many things in baseball. I mean, I know it happens in all sports.
For sure.
But you know, the referees, God bless them. And my dad was a Southwest Conference basketball official growing up. So, you know, I'd go to games and it's awesome. I mean, when you get to hear people screaming, yell, and cuss at your dad for, you know, a couple hours. But anyway, so I sort of know what they go through a little bit. And it's a tough job, and we're appreciative of having them. So they do a great job, and definitely the effort's always there. When they make mistakes, you know, they made a mistake, just like, you know, Josh strikes out sometimes. I make bad coaching decisions, all those things. They're trying to do the best they can.
Of course, I don't ever make bad decisions, so thank God I don't play baseball, because I'd never have
never wrong note.
I'd never have a bad call.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about, you weren't here last week, but your parents just got a new supposed dog. It looks like a bear.
Yeah, it's huge.
She is. She's
now,
what
breed is this?
Akita. It's an Akita.
Never even
I
heard
think
of
those
that.
are like dangerous. I was reading. No, like it said, do not get.
Your dad had this dog picked up in the photo? And I was like, he's bigger than y'all.
Is it a dangerous breed?
No.
Could it eat you?
Sweet. They're sweet.
I mean, if it wanted to, I bet it could. But
What
no,
were they originally bred for? To hunt bears?
To eat people.
No. They were supposed to be. If I remember correctly, they're supposed to be like a guard dog for like
See,
an emperor.
Yeah. Okay, so they're supposed to eat all the peasants.
Yeah.
I'm a peasant.
Yeah,
This is a problem, Josh.
dog is. I wish you could flash the photo
You're the
up.
king.
that Rick
You're the
put-
home run king. You're good. I'm a
God.
little peasant down here. He's gonna eat me.
Yeah, but no, our Akita, that it would have hurt a fly. And it's fluffy. It looks like a Build-A-Bear. It's so fluffy. It's like one of those things.
The more dangerous they are, the cuter they are, they'll take you out.
They'll sleep on you.
They'll sleep on you, smother you, then eat you.
So, and this thing's not even full grown.
No.
And what's the
It's
dog's name again?
Zoe.
Zoe.
Yeah.
So a female?
Zoe, yes.
Female?
She is, I think, 8 months.
Okay,
So not
so
even a year.
how much growing does she have left?
You're telling me. I'm not sure.
Have you seen Clifford the Big Red Dog? It's
Oh, yeah.
larger than a house.
Might get up to that point.
That was such a great show. Is that still on?
I don't know if it is. I mean, I read all those books when I was a kid.
The cartoon was outstanding.
I wish
Yeah, I used to
we need
watch it
to
all the
do
time.
better about flashing. We have to, maybe next week we'll show a picture of Zoe, because it's hilarious, because Rick's a big dude and
huge.
picking up this dog. It's larger than Josh. You know, it's awesome.
It's crazy now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would assume she'd probably get a lot bigger than that now.
So what is she right now? 6'1"?
oh, like height-wise?
Like if the dog was standing.
Well, I'm talking about if you stood her up a long ways.
Like a linebacker? Yeah, she's pushing 6 foot. That's for sure. She's tall now.
Okay, and then what do you think she weighs?
Probably like 150, something like that. She's heavy.
But Pound
She's
Puppy
got a
would
lot of
probably
fur.
still bow up to Zoe.
Oh yeah, my dog.
Oh, yeah.
My dog got to go to school yesterday.
Another picture that we wish you could show
and
you.
yeah, it wore a tie.
Wore a
'cause it was
tie.
a
Yeah.
formal event. And he generally dines for dinner.
Yeah.
You know, he dresses
a little
up
fancy.
for dinner. He's a fancy dog.
We need to have a dog appreciation week
I'll bring
and bring our
Oscar.
pets. We should do that.
Or LG. LG. would sit
Can we have
here.
a pet parade, Sonora? I don't know if she's. We would love to have our pets, all the coaches, players, have them just parade through and do introductions of all our pets. I think that'd
Yeah.
be good.
Well, hopefully,
Awesome.
we're going to have a bark at the park
A bark at the park.
game.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get that done for years and years and years, and so.
But the dogs will
I'm
have to wear
hoping
masks.
This is the year.
We should make
Yes, I don't know.
the
what
dogs
we're
will have to
gonna
wear
do.
masks. So make sure to.
That's probably true. So
Covering.
anyway, but hopefully maybe that'll happen.
Yeah.
Because they are our furry little friends.
Yes,
So they
Yeah.
bring so much joy into our lives.
absolutely.
At least
Man's best friend.
mine do. That is true. So, well, we're actually time is flying.
It
and
is
we're,
flying.
We're about done.
It's a good combo,
Yeah.
though.
It
It's
was.
a good ramp talk.
It is. So we're gonna go ahead and segue in to the 4 words. Now, what's been your experience? You've been on the show a couple of times.
What are your grades on?
How have you? Do you remember your grades?
Yeah, my first grade, which was 2 years ago, that you gave me, I think was an A.
Oh, so it's just been.
And
all
I do.
downhill
I
from
don't.
there.
I don't remember what the words were, but I do remember I did a pretty good job.
You did a good
And
job.
You were impressed. I do remember.
Okay,
this.
yeah, because the first time, man, it's
I don't
tough.
remember.
However, the last one I do remember. The last time I was on this Ram Talk, I got think y'all gave me a B.
That's solid.
Because
Solid.
yeah, I remember I carried it on for too long, so I got to work. on that.
Run-on sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll get you. The judges
I kept going.
not fans of the run-on sentence.
Yeah, I kept going. I was like, I messed up there.
It's,
Who do you think's the tougher judge, me or Kevin? Coach Brooks.
Probably Coach Brooks.
Tougher. You think I'm too nice? Oh, it's on now, son. It's on now.
Oh gosh.
I'm a harder critique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
Yes.
did I use that appropriately?
It's like when students say, "Oh, we like taking him. He's easy." Like that's the biggest. I take so much offense to that. So then I just turn the difficulty level up to 11.
There you go. All right, so Manny's going to give you 2 words. I'm going to give you 2 words. I'm going to give you the choice of who would you like to give the first 2 words to you.
Let's go with Manny.
The easiest.
That's good. That allows me to think, and I get harder words.
Okay. 2 words for you, Josh.
Okay.
Fire
Ooh, fire.
and water.
Oh, that could be a song.
Could be.
I know.
Fire and rain. Okay, no. Your new 2 words are fire and rain. That's a
Fire
song.
and rain.
Who's saying that? James Taylor.
James Taylor.
What's it
Rest
about?
in- no, he's
What's
still
it
alive.
about?
Never mind. I don't know. It's about
Fire
About
and
his
rain.
wife that died.
his wife. Oh,
yes,
gosh.
God bless.
So fire and rain, Josh.
I saw James Taylor in concert. Outstanding.
I knew a James Taylor did lawn maintenance.
Sweet baby
Real nice
James.
guy. Anyway,
Sorry, Fire and Rain.
fire and rain.
All right. I'm going to go with. I'm not going to make them real hard, Josh.
Okay.
Step stool, which is 1 word.
He does this every week.
Step stool.
Always has like 3 words that are 1
And
word.
Canopy.
Step stool, canopy.
Do you need definitions for any of these? Fire,
Cornucopia.
rain, step stool, and canopy.
Not like cornucopia.
Might need to help me out with canopy.
Canopy,
Just
like
a-
it could be many things, but like a covering.
Like a tent almost.
That's the most common.
Like in the stands, we have a canopy.
That is from
basically.
the Latin canopy.
It's not. Don't think that. Fact checkers, work on that.
Fire, rain, canopy, and
Step stool. Step stool.
Oh wow, that's tough.
You can't spend
1
all day
word,
thinking about
step
it, Joshy.
stool.
Come on.
Step stool.
Hyphenated.
Huh. I was in my house and there was rain outside, so I jumped onto my step stool to look out the window and noticed that there was a fire in my kitchen.
That would have been so good.
I messed up. The canopy's tough.
Yeah, the canopy could have been on fire.
The canopy.
I thought
was
that's
on
where
fire.
you were going, and I was
rolling
going to
with
go.
that.
But-
Yeah, I was going.
Did
to
I
roll
cut
with
you
that.
off?
I think Kevin cut you
No.
off. I think he cut you off a
in?
little.
No, I think you kind of jumped in at the right time.
That's what I would say too.
Saved you?
That's what
I
I
think
would
you
say too if
saved
I were
me.
losing. That's fine.
Yeah.
Guess we're not the home run king of 4 words. Okay. Guess we can't win everything.
You
Josh.
were going
know.
really good. You forgot the word
I know.
canopy.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I just had a brain fart with canopy.
That happens.
It's always a Kevin. It's always a Kevin word though that
That's what
throws
I'm
people
saying.
off.
I know.
But no. He's
It's tough.
definitely the harder one and more difficult.
I'm gonna give you a C.
Okay.
75%. You left out a word,
Yeah.
but I thought it was really going strong. I was like, "Ooh, you're gonna have an A."
I'm gonna give you a D.
Of course.
D plus
D
because
for degree, man.
also because I took your criticism personally and you didn't finish and you can't win it all. So
Come
there
on,
you go.
know I still love you.
Okay, C minus. All right, C minus.
All right. Well, again, Rams fans, thanks for tuning in. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, 6 p.m. Saturday at 2 p.m. Sunday, 1 p.m. All games broadcast on the Lone Star Conference Network with our former SID, Everett Quarter, on the call.
Oh, nice.
He does a great job.
And the streaming's free, right?
And the stream, I believe, is free at Lubbock Christian. And they actually do a really good job with camera angles and all that stuff. Not
Yeah, they do.
up to Ram TV standards, but
It's up
we're
there.
the best, and so that's the thing. Thanks, Russ Howard, for that. So anyway, hopefully we'll be back next Tuesday to talk about a good weekend, and we'll see you soon. Go Rams!
Go Rams.
I hit a bunch of buttons, Senora. I don't know if I turned on, off.
That's okay.
We're still rolling or what.
We're still rolling. So hot mic.